Welcome all our viewers to today's teachings on the Rock Channel. My name is Reverend Dr. Chumachku, your host. I do hope you have been blessed by the teachings that are coming out from this channel. If so, and I want to believe that by now you have subscribed, you have pressed the like button, and you are sharing these teachings to your loved ones. Remember, a life that is built on the principles and values of the Word of God is a life that is built on the rock, and that rock will withstand the inevitable storms of life. Marriage is one of those teachings that we are bringing your way because it is the first institution that God established. Marriage is the bedrock of the home, the church, and the society. Without marriage, there will be no church, there will be no society. And so how we handle it matters a lot. Today, all over the world, there are a whole lot of crises. There are a whole lot of, ugly situations that are taking place in our homes, in our marriages. The quest for divorce is becoming the order of the day. But through this teaching, we are profiling solution. We are trying to bring up an alternative to divorce, an alternative that will help avert those crises in our marriages. And that alternative is intimacy. For the past few weeks, we've been looking at intimacy. Having explored all the causes of divorce, all the consequences of divorce, we said no. Let's try an alternative. So the solution we're bringing your way is intimacy. If you're married already and you've not been experiencing this intimacy in your marriage, through this teaching, the understanding you're getting from this teaching, you could be good to cultivate them. And if you're going into marriage, the understanding you're also gaining from this teaching now will help you to put in place a lifestyle that will make you and your spouse to enjoy your marriage without stress. And so today we are looking at the benefits of intimacy. I want to believe that you've tried to understand the three types of intimacy which we have looked into in our past 2 or 3 teachings. We had explored the different types of intimacy, the emotional intimacy, the physical intimacy, the spiritual intimacy, and we had explained how 3 of them are interwoven. That when a couple are born again and they have a commitment, they are committed, jointly committed to God, both in worship, in service, and in their lifestyle, the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit will begin to work on the inside of them. That will help them to understand one another, to tolerate one another. They will begin to harmonize themselves. It is that harmony which is the emotional intimacy. Remember, the spiritual intimacy gives birth to the emotional intimacy. It is on that platform of understanding one another, having passion for one another, they can now enjoy the physical intimacy, which is the overall consummation of their love. It could be through sex, it could be through gifts, it could be through other physical activities that will reassure themselves that we love one another. So we're looking at the benefits of this intimacy. And I want to start it in this way. Every human being desires a good relationship, especially couples. Every human being. Nobody wants to go into a relationship only to go and suffer there, or hoping to suffer there, or hoping to experience, bad things there. Everybody goes into a relationship with a mindset of enjoying that relationship. Couples are number one. And so, a spouse will not want to experience heartbreak, disappointment, rough lifestyle from the partner. Excuse me. Mark Terrell, a leading author in marriage, wrote, and I quote, "We know that good relations matter when it comes to health and happiness." End of quote. The overall health of the marriage relationship and the happiness of each of the spouses in marriage are the principal products of marital intimacy. Like I have underscored before, that everyone goes into a relationship with a mind to enjoy that relationship. And we're looking at the health and happiness of that relationship and of the spouses. I entered into my marriage with a mind to be happy, and so that I will also enjoy a healthy relationship with my wife. So the health we are talking about is not the health, our physical health, whether we are suffering from one sickness or disease or the other, no. But what we're looking at is the health of that relationship and the happiness that should exist in that relationship. They are the products of marital intimacy. Invariably, what we're saying is that intimacy gives birth to or produces good health and happiness in our marriages. To explore the benefits of intimacy in marriage is like trying to, describe the importance of food to the body. We all eat so that we can be satisfied, so that we can be healthy, so that we can be happy, so that we can be nourished. The body needs food for it to stay healthy and for it to be nourished, and also for the person that ate that food to be happy. When you eat good food, you are happy. And so intimacy plays in our relationships. So we are trying to now compare intimacy and food. Both of them do the same thing. As food does to the body, so intimacy does to the marriage relationship. And so intimacy gives life, value, fun, and productivity to the relationship. A marriage that is intimate, both spiritually, emotionally, physically, any couple that have cultivated their ground of intimacy, they will experience life. They will have value for one another. They will enjoy fun in that relationship and productivity. They will be very productive. Intimacy is a driving force and will which gives dynamism to the journey of marital bliss. We put fuel in the car so that when the fuel is burning in the injection pumps, it produces a force which moves the wheels through the gear. When you put the gear and throttle, the fuel get burned and then releases energy to the wheels. And it is when the wheels are rotating that the car will be moving. That's the dynamism we're talking about here. That intimacy is a driving force and a wheel that moves the marriage relationship forward. It produces dynamism. Where there is intimacy, the relationship moves on. But where there is no intimacy, the relationship gets static and it could, stop abruptly on the way. Where it exists, you can see the radiance on the couple. You will see it all over there. Their faces, their body language will let you know that these people are together. They are together. They understand one another. They like one another. They are enjoying their relationship. It's not something that can be hidden, just like a pregnant woman can not hide a pregnancy forever. Maybe in the first 2-3 months, 4 months, okay. But a time will come when everybody will know that this woman is pregnant. And so it is in our marriage relationship. When a couple are intimately yoked together, when they are doing things together, you will see it all over them. The absence of intimacy exposes the gap, the crack, and the depression that many couples are experiencing in their relationship. So, where there is intimacy, there is dynamism, there is radiance. But the absence of intimacy, there will be static movement. You will discover you begin to see the gap that is between the couples. Like I've said before, when we were treating the types of intimacy, a couple can be together. They can live in the same house. They can even sleep on the same bed, but they are not together. They are detached from one another emotionally. And when they are detached to one another emotionally and also spiritually, and they can't enjoy the physical, togetherness. So much of the problems that lead to marital depression and the desire for divorce will be greatly averted if the couples cultivate their intimacy land and plant themselves in a flourishing relationship. What we're saying here is that when we are treating the trouble spots in marriage and the consequences of divorce, we saw different things that could play, things that could make couple to detach from one another, to desire to divorce, say, no, I don't want the relationship again. All the fightings, all the bickerings, all the misunderstandings, all the bullyings, all the insults and pain and bitterness of every of such ugly situations could be averted when a couple decides to cultivate their land of intimacy. I describe it as a land that needs to be tilled, that needs to be cultivated, and then plant something inside it. It is what you plant there. When it grows, you begin to harvest it and enjoy the harvest. And so a couple that cultivates their land of intimacy, till it, remove the storms, remove the weeds, plant the seed, make up their mind, we are going to be together. We're going to understand one another. We're going to work together. We're going to do things together. We're going to, raise our lives and our children together. We're going to do things together. It's a seed you're planting. When you plant that seed, what you experience tomorrow is a flourishing relationship. There are 6 cardinal benefits that a lifestyle of intimacy in marriage gives to spouses. 6 cardinal benefits that we are going to look into in this subtopic, the benefits of intimacy. We are going to look at 6 basic benefits. I call them cardinal. They are like pillars that hold marriage relationship. And I want to believe that by the time we go through these 6 benefits, you will discover why we are introducing this intimacy as an alternative lifestyle. I want you to stay tuned to this channel and make sure you don't miss those 6 benefits that will be coming your way in our next teaching. We'll start it from our next teaching. We may not have to rush it. In fact, these teachings on marriage is becoming more interesting. When we started it from the onset, we looked at the origin of marriage, the principles and that God had laid down for marriage, the purpose of marriage, the things that could cause divorce and all those stuff. It may be boring, it may not be so all that interesting. But since we started these teachings on intimacy, the interest, the level of interest is gaining momentum, and I don't want you to miss it. So stay tuned and make sure you follow the teachings that will be coming as from next week. We'll be looking at the benefits. There's those 6 cardinal benefits of intimacy. Until then, do subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, share to your loved ones. You may be saving a marriage relationship that is almost being grounded by crisis. I also may be helping those that are entering into this all-important institution so that they will know how to play when they are in the field of marriage. Until our next teaching, God richly bless you. And permit me to announce, if you have questions, areas you need more clarification, do contact me or put up your question, send your question through the link, and your questions will be succinctly looked into and answers will be profiled. God richly bless you.